John Lennon once said, "Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans." Well, indeed, it's so easy to feel grateful, calm, and positive when we ride through the smooth sea of life. But no one can escape the changes of the weather or the seasons. The sea gets stormy sometimes, and we can get really shaken to the core. We all experience discomfort and crisis as we live. And wouldn't it be nice to be able to trust ourselves more, stay more confident and clear-headed when the hits the fan? You are not alone when you wish you would develop thicker skin in uncomfortable situations. You are not alone when you wish to deal better with a crisis and don't have a breakdown every time something doesn't go according to plan. Fortunately, we can learn to develop more resilience, and you already have developed it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You have gone through difficult times in your life already, and you are still standing. You deal with the unexpected every single day, because no one has a crystal ball to predict the future, really. And you are still standing. However, today I bring 5 practical tips your way to help you to get even more grounded and resilient. I am Christine Phillip. I'm a hypnotist and mind coach. I help people to overcome anxiety and self-doubt so they can restore their happiness with ease and confidence and fall in love with life again. So let's go. What is resilience? Resilience is a word used to describe elasticity, basically. The ability to bounce back into shape when something disruptive happens, like gum, for example. In life, it describes our capacity to handle difficult situations and our ability to recover from the storms of life has to offer. From the storms life has to offer. Someone used beautiful imagery to make it even more clear. Resilience is our immune system of the soul. Nice, huh? We know how to take care of our physical health and strengthen our immune system. We can nourish our body with food that can help us to stay fit and healthy. We can eat vitamins. We dress according to the weather. We take care of our regular sleep. We exercise. Yes, I know, not everybody all of the time. And that's okay too, as joy and comfort and laziness are also part of life. But too often, we tend to ignore our inner emotional well-being, our mental well-being. So how can we take better care of our inner immune system of the soul? Before I start to talk about the 5 tips I have in store for you, let me be very clear. Resilience doesn't mean you won't ever experience stress, anxiety, emotional pain, or suffering. Resilience is not a different word to describe a psychopath who cannot experience human emotions the way most of us do. Part of resilience is being able to work through our difficult emotions and experiences. In other words, being aware of ourselves and reality. And that is already my first tip. Awareness and acceptance. Who didn't hear themselves say things like, "Why me?" or "I wish it was different"? I know I did, more than once. But well, it isn't. Life doesn't personally attack you by throwing challenges at you. It just is. Times of crisis are part of life, and how we handle what is, instead of complaining that it's not what we want, is a very important skill to have. That requires accepting reality, not only when it is favorable, but also when it gets really tough. There are many people who have experienced unimaginable things in life, And they are sometimes even more alive than people who didn't live through hell. Of course, they didn't feel grateful about life every second. They suffered. They experienced undescribable emotional pain. But at some point, they have accepted reality and did something amazing with it. Became really creative, perhaps, or accomplished in some areas in life, such as sports, for example, just to name an example. You get the picture. I'm just getting goosebumps just thinking about it. I really admire those people. Escaping reality or sinking into self-pity and victimhood is absolutely fine for a period of time. My guess is we all do it from time to time. But getting back up at a certain point requires accepting what is first. And it helps to get back up when we are aware of ourselves. How are we actually feeling? What is it that we experience? Being self-aware will help you to get back up more easily. No one likes to feel like a victim forever. It's not a great place to be in. We grow by taking responsibility for ourselves and the way we feel. And again, I'm never ever excluding all ranges of emotions we can experience. It's quite the opposite. I cherish every emotion. Everything we can feel and experience is part of our journey and helps us to move in life. Self-awareness helps you to move easier. And this leads me to the second tip to strengthen resilience. When we are self-aware, we can catch ourselves feeling low, weak, and helpless. And when we are able to notice how we feel, we can change something about it if we want to. And when we are able to change something about it, we develop more trust in ourselves and confidence. We experience that we can actually handle reality, that we can handle our experience, that we have skills we thought are buried or forgotten, or we didn't even know we had. We are able to change the perspective as we can see firsthand how competent we really are. And when we know how competent we are, we grow even more in confidence. And when we feel confident, we feel more in control. This is key to feelings of empowerment. Yes, we can. And if that is difficult to believe for you right now, just help yourself and remind yourself. Take a sheet of paper and list all the things you have accomplished through the years, all the crises you went through and managed, big or small, all the things you thought you couldn't do, and yet you did. I'm sure this will be a very long list once you get started. Søren Kierkegaard said, life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. It can help us to remember how powerful we really are when we actually look back from time to time. And we might even discover that here and there was something positive that came out of a challenge or out of a difficult time. Read that list and notice how you grow in confidence, knowing, hell yeah, I did that, and I will manage this as well. Tip number 3, seek help and support. This is not an easy one for a lot of people. Unfortunately, society is not yet very supportive of vulnerability. A lot of people still believe it makes them look weak when they ask for help. Help comes in so many different shapes and forms, and it's always useful. May it be a dear friend who takes time and keeps you warm. May it be professional help. May it be support groups, also to be found online if you prefer to stay anonymous. It may even be journaling for you. Science supports journaling as being very helpful to restore mental well-being. We get the stress out of our system as we are writing everything down and let it go. Knowing support is out there and we are not alone in our darkest hours is priceless. Ask and you receive. And by the way, this is also a pretty confident thing to do. Tip number 4, optimism. Not as in riding into the sunset on a unicorn or being back to your old self. You won't ever be that old self again. And that is the great news about it. You will move out of that difficulty feeling stronger and more resilient, transformed, which is a new quality to the old you can look forward to. How is that for optimism? Optimism means to be aware that whatever it is you are going through, this won't last forever. It may be really bad right now. And I'm not going to deny it, nor minimize your feelings about it. Just keep it in the back of your head. Everything in life is temporary, even the worst. This is optimism, keeping an eye on the possibility that things will change, even if you can't see how at that moment. They will. This will keep you open for a future that can be enjoyable and make you happy. Optimism implies hope, and hope will move you forward. Tip number 5. Make your decisions and start to become active. As mentioned before in tip 2, as we are aware of the way we feel, we can begin to change something. It really doesn't matter how big or small it is. Start with a decision to feel better or different, and think of a way to get yourself up and actively do something. Make it very specific and clear, and do it. Take a walk around the block to clear your mind. Prepare well if you're anxious about an upcoming interview or exam. Read the list you did earlier again. Turn on some music you like. Cook yourself something delicious. Reward yourself somehow. Whatever you can think of. Do it. Becoming active will change a lot for you. Those are my 5 tips for you to strengthen resilience and keep going. You made it this far in life. Congratulations. You really got things done. Keep going. Stumble, fall, get up, do it again or do something different. And always remember how far you have already come. There you have resilience, the stronger immune system for the soul. Experience and nourish yourself. I hope this was useful for you. If you like that video, give it a like. If you want to see more of my upcoming videos and stay updated, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, share it with people who you know could benefit from this. And for now, have a lovely day. We speak soon. Play, explore yourself. Bye for now.